Deep point in place.
Hit straight to the fielder.
The bowler is bowling from his favorite end.
Good length, and the batsman lets it go to the keeper.
Looks like there will be a lot of slow balls coming.
Nudges it for a single.
Tapped back to the bowler. He has hit that straight to the fielder. Tapped back to the bowler.
The bowler will have to be extra careful of the line he bowls to this field.
Tapped back to the bowler.
Deep point in place.
Tapped back to the bowler. What do you think about new teams like Afghanistan getting test status?
I think it's great for them. Small countries playing more and more cricket. Obviously, at this point of time, they're suited more for the shorter format. They've done well in recent short formats. They've got some radical players. They've got good spin bowlers, which I think takes their team to another level. But their recent performance in the longer format, not too impressive. Ireland got test status recently, and they were quite impressive against Pakistan. I think they've got great potential. They played in their hometown in Belfast. The fielder collects that one, hits straight to the fielder.
अब 2000 रुपए की शॉपिंग करें और जीतें बेशुमार प्राइजेस।
Change in bowling here. Spinner into the attack now.
So coming back to our conversation, and they did quite well. They almost won the match at some point. Looking back, you had Bangladesh. When they started, they were on the same levels. Today, they're a force to contend with. I think it's really good for the sport that more and more countries start participating and start showing their abilities on the biggest stage.
But do you think that they should be playing the stronger teams like India and Australia rather than weaker teams like West Indies and Zimbabwe?
It's interesting that you say West Indies being a smaller country, because if you look at a couple of generations ago, West Indies was a strength, was a power, with a team everybody feared, with their big, tall, fast bowlers and their calypso-style batting. But I guess this is how cricket evolves over a period of time.
Strokes it into the gap for a single.
That is huge appeal. Bowler thinks he's got the batsman, but the
अब 2000 रुपए की शॉपिंग करें और जीतें बेशुमार प्राइजेस।
thinks otherwise. Spinner into the action from the other end.
Going back to what I was saying, you see teams that have been the most powerful and elite today struggling for dominance.
He has got him. Absolutely simple catch. A dolly, I tell you. He is disappointed and has to walk back to the pavilion.
And as I was saying, and with regard to your question about whether they should start with teams who are right on the top of their cricket, I think that's the whole point of Test cricket, and I think
Played that really well and it found the gap all the way to the boundary.
going back to the topic, it'll only show these smaller teams coming in how cricket is meant to be played at the highest level, and it's something they wouldn't normally see at their domestic circuits.
He should look to get his eye in before trying something extravagant. The bowler will have to be extra careful of the line he bowls to this field.
Tapped back to the bowler.
अब 2000 रुपए की शॉपिंग